3:31, 14 degrees. Last day of muzzleloader hunting in the UP. I did not get a chance to go up there yet. Only early rifle season, so I'm kind of bummed about all that. So I figured today's the day. I was gonna go up early Friday morning and spend the last 3 days up there, but there was a weather pattern coming in that was supposedly dumping a bunch of snow. So I wanted to stay home to make sure the yard and everything was cleaned up for the wife and kids. I mean, we got pelted pretty good. I don't know if you can tell that or not, but got hammered pretty good with snow. But we'll go up there and see what we can do.
I couldn't see him. I couldn't see her. There was some spruce. And the spruce that came down, she pulled it, but I couldn't see it. It was
Huh. Ain't that something? All right, just getting here. There's a lot of snow. It is 7:04. Check this spot out first because I know there is some oak ridges right in here. Just gonna see if there's any deer zoned in on those. I haven't been in this spot all fall since, well, I was in here last year. We did a little bit of hunting back in here and chased a few deer around, but pretty far and few between here, which is exactly what you want though when you do track, because there are a couple of big bucks around and you don't want to be mixed in with a pile of deer. It just makes it really hard to track that way. Keep them straight. But so far I have not seen a fresh track. I've seen it not even fresh, even a track, an old track. So we'll see what happens. Man, they used to plow this all the time. I wonder why they don't anymore. At least for a few more miles they did, and then just the big turnaround. And I don't know. I don't want to get stuck though. Well, this area was a bust. I'm guessing a deer all migrated out of here already, because I mean, look at the snow. It's up to the knees, and they got out. But it is really easy to walk in yet. So if I actually do find a track that's worth chasing, I'll be on it. Alright, I'm all geared up. Got a round pounded down the soot stick. And I'm gonna go. I mean, these tracks aren't that big. It's definitely not a big old mature buck like I wanted, but there's a nice creek bottom here that's got a hell of an oak ridge on the west side of it, who actually my son Dante shot his first deer in the youth hunt, and these oaks were, I mean, they were just raining acorns, so I'd assume there's got to be some left up in there, and these deer, that's what they're doing, is heading that direction to feed. So we're just going to give it a shot. It's a nice southwest wind too, and it's breezy, if you can't tell. So good cover noise. The snow is nice and soft and powdery. It looks like it's going to be almost knee deep, which kind of sucks, but it is what it is. It's hunting. It's just awesome to be here in the Great White North Woods. So I just stopped to have a little snack. It's about 10 o'clock, windy, pretty chilly. Finally got, I'm probably 3/4 of a mile from the truck. I finally got to a spot where I can see. I'm just getting to this oak ridge here, and there it looks like from a distance that there's a bunch of deer sign there, which is good because I really haven't found much up to this point, and which I figured there would be, because it's like a nice creek bottom, a lot of hemlocks, and figured it'd be bedded up in there, but I guess where I walked through they weren't for some reason. But yeah, and another thing, man, I've been training for powerlifting training for to set the world bench press record, drug tested for 50 or over, and my lifts are pretty much there. I should have that nailed down. We're going to go to York, Pennsylvania this spring for the National Masters Championships, and should be able to crush that, along with my lifting buddy too. He's the same age as me, graduated high school together, different weight class, and he's teetering on the brink of smashing the record in his weight class as well. So it should be a lot of fun. But the downside is I love the track. I mean, the snow is knee deep, so tough walking, and powerlifting it's all geared around 1 rep max weight, lift, your max lift, and it's not for endurance whatsoever. So that, and you basically have to eat everything that's shoved in front of you, which I never had a problem doing that, but point being, I'm 330 pounds, and you put all my gear on, wet clothes, you start pushing 400 pounds. It takes a lot of effort to walk through this knee-deep snow. So when we get this record set, I'm definitely going to cut 30-40 pounds before next fall, because I enjoy this too much. And before I started doing the powerlifting and gaining a lot of weight, it was nothing to put on 8-10 miles in a day. Now it's going to be a struggle to get in 5-6. It's going to be pretty whooped by the end of the day, but we'll get her done. It's just great to be out here, and hopefully see a buck that we can staple to the ground. It is the last day of muzzleloader, so it'd be nice to cap one off. So we'll see what happens. Well, the day is a wrap for me. Put on a little over 4 miles. Never found a really big track. Quite a few smaller ones, mediocre sized ones. Nothing that I wanted to spend 5 hours chasing through knee-deep snow. So I just got out of there. Ended up sneaking up on a big old doe down in the hemlocks. I think I got a little bit of footage of it. I don't know if you'll be able to see on that from this GoPro or not, but she kept looking back or to her side, but it was so thick in there I couldn't tell. I mean, I sat and probably watched her for 10 minutes, and finally I just figured I better move on. So then she walked off the direction that she kept looking at. So I don't know what was there, if it was her fawns, another doe, or a buck, or what, but no idea. It's already 43 degrees. It's like 20 to 2. So I'm gonna head home. Before I took off, I set up a couple of bow spots. So I'm gonna come back because there's still 3 weeks of bow hunting up here, and I love the late season bow hunt. You're the only one enough for miles that's actually out in the woods anymore. So we'll see what we can do with that. Overall, though, it was a great day. Any day that you can just jump in the woods and, you know, walk for miles without worrying about property lines or other hunters or anything like that is a great day. So, nothing killed. Really didn't have high hopes for one day of track and mill, even though the conditions were good. But other than snow, actually the snow was so deep that it was tough to, when you see tracks, it's hard to tell what kind of size they are really. So you really had to follow them and find a spot where the snow wasn't quite as deep, so you can get a decent gauge on the size of the animal. But anyway, it was fun. Till next time.